think, huh? Good things await you. Warby Parker's 5-frame for 5 days. No prescription, just the frames. I've been waiting to do this review since the day that I thought about opening up this YouTube channel, focusing on reviews, product comparisons. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's in here. This is not opened yet. I just got it today. I ordered these April 20th. Today is April 27th. It's about 10 o'clock at night. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's in here. What do you say? Warby Parker unboxing and first impressions. Here we go. All right, let's take a look. What do we got inside? What do we got here? It says, Warby Parker, let's get this home try-on started. All right, ask around, we can help, order, send them back, kick your feet up. We'll try to see how smoothly this goes. All right, looks like they have something to color if I get bored. I was listening to a podcast with Tony Robbins, where he was actually interviewing one of the founders of this company. And something I found interesting, and I actually had spoken to a friend of mine that's a frame rep. These 4 guys that started the company actually have no optical background, no eyewear business experience in the way of designing frames or manufacturing lenses. If you are watching this video, you've heard of Warby Parker. And whether you have a set of these glasses or you're thinking about getting a set, I'm really interested to see how these frames stack up to some of the other frames that I sell on a regular basis, right? I deal with frames anywhere from, to be quite honest, maybe $7 glasses all the way up to frames that are titanium, $450 frames, which there are some frames that are more expensive than that. But just to kind of put it into perspective, I've handled and adjusted and filled prescriptions in frames of all price ranges. Yeah, so I'm very familiar with how a frame is going to feel if it was one of those $7 frames, or if it was one of those $70 frames, or $100, $200, $300, $400 frames. Now, all of these are plastic, okay? So I got 5 plastic frames, and this isn't necessarily the way that I want it to go. My current frames are metal. I actually rather enjoy them. And I was hoping to get a metal frame, but I do have a white head, and these were really the only options that I had. So let's take a look at some of these frames, yeah? Start with the first one here. This is the Warby Parker Roosevelt, right? Jet black matte. Let's have a look. All right. I will say, just at first, the frames do feel really good. The frame is made in China. That's not really necessarily something for anybody to be discouraged by. Now, I will say that I haven't even put these on yet, but I could tell that they didn't clean them. So whoever sent these frames back to Warby Parker, at Warby Parker, they did not clean their frames before they sent it out to someone else. The lenses look to be okay, but I could definitely tell that somebody that had some makeup was wearing these frames, because there's noticeable, you can't really tell, the camera's not focusing on it, but there's noticeable makeup marks left behind here on the bridge, okay? So that's my first impression on this one. They do have double barrel hinges, which is good. There's no spring hinge, so it's not going to give you any spring in the temples. Okay, so that's not a big deal. That probably could just be tightened down a little bit. All right, so the Roosevelt, I think it's a, it's a good looking frame, feels good. Frame itself is all right, I gotta say. A little adjusting should be fine. I'd probably have to go to my local Warby Parker to get it adjusted if I wanted to do so, if I was an average consumer, right? Obviously, I could do it myself, feel a little bit more pressure back here than I would like, but not bad, I gotta say. I actually think it's not too bad. All right, second. We're looking at the Warby Parker Crane in jet black. All right, let's have a look. Okay, so this one, maybe because it's the gloss black, you don't really see the oils on here too much, but I could definitely tell that once again, they did not clean the frame before they sent it out. Believe it or not, I actually do get some patients that specifically request that I order them a brand new frame, even if I have it in inventory, but they want me to order them a brand new one. I'm not too sure if Warby Parker runs into this problem, but It doesn't look like they've been cleaning their frames before they send it back out. There are fingerprints and noticeable signs that somebody has tried these on before they sent it out to me. So once again, this frame is made in China, which I believe all of their frames are. But I will say that the quality of the frame seems to be okay. I can't adjust these because they're not my frames, and I'm considering whoever might want to wear these after me, I'm not going to do an adjustment on here. I actually like the fit. It's not too bad. It's okay. You know, it's actually pretty good. This one is a single barrel hinge. It doesn't seem to be flimsy or anything though, so it actually looks to be all right. This is a 52 eye size. Fit pretty good. Most of my frames are actually closer to about a 56 to a 57, and that represents the width of the lens in millimeters, for those of you that don't know. It was not too bad. All right, so let's go on to the next one here. This one is the Warby Parker Barnett. Okay, this is the shark skin with pearl horn. All right, right. Sounds like a nice name for a frame color. All right, the Barnett 932. This one, because of the color, it doesn't look like too many people have tried this one on, because I do see a fingerprint on there, so it's not like they cleaned it before they sent it out, but at least it doesn't look like this particular frame has been tried on too many times. Frame itself, this is another one of those single barrel hinges. I will tell you just from experience, it's not necessarily a high-end hinge, but I don't think that's the goal here. I think they're just trying to go for value. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't know if you can see the color on the inside on that one there. I'll be giving you some close-ups of these frames later on in the video. Let's try this on. All right, this one also feels pretty good. The pressure of the frame, I do feel it a little bit more. I think it's just mostly my head, not so much the frame. This is a 51, so yeah, it's understandable that this one's going to be a little bit tighter. It's a little smaller, but you know, the temple length is good. So for somebody with a big head, and you also need the temples to be able to eventually be bent down behind the ear to keep it from slipping, actually feels really good. Gotta say, I wouldn't mind dropping some money for those. All right, this is the Warby Parker. Oh, I guess the same one. I ordered the same one twice, the Barnett, but this is the Quail Egg Gray. All right, Quail Egg. Never seen a quail egg, so I couldn't confirm that this is an accurate color. But actually it's pretty nice. When I put it up to the light, it's actually more like a smoky gray. You know, so it's a little translucent. It's not a solid gray. This one actually looks pretty good. You know, it's not as dirty as some of the other ones. It's actually all right, you know. This is the same one as before, so this is a 51. It's going to fit about the same. Actually, this one feels a little bit looser. That's perfectly fine. I actually prefer the way this one feels. That's good. Not bad. All right, let's see. Last one. This is a blue frame, or more specifically navy, for the Warby Parker Nash. This is actually, I'm sorry, deep sea blue is the color that they have on here. Kind of like a blue horn. Not too bad. I'm not too sure if you can tell. Once again, I'll give you some close-ups on these frames a little bit later, but I actually like the size of this one. Very similar to the first one that we tried on, which I think was the Roosevelt. Yeah, very similar, just a little deeper. Actually, I like it this way better. They actually look to be pretty well made. These don't seem, well, I guess the temples are a little bit flimsy. Not too bad though. You know, they really should, for the most part, stay open when you wiggle them around. You see that? But still be able to close it with relative ease, right? So that's a little bit better. I mean, not to say that this is bad, but you know, once again, I'm just trying these out for the first time. First impressions. This is completely real. Like I said, you guys saw me unbox this, so now these feel good. I'd say that out of the 5 that I was looking at, I'd have to say that this one is the best. And in terms of the color, I actually think that this is the most impressive considering what you're paying for it. You know, this one, yeah, I really don't like the pressure that they're putting on here. You can see how the temple kind of bows in a little bit. That puts unnecessary pressure right here. That's right at the top of the ear. Now, at first, some people would put this on and be like, oh, I like the way it feels. It feels like it's not going to move. It's going to stay in place. Yeah, but wear it for a couple of days, or for some people, it just takes a couple of hours, and that constant pressure right here in this area is just going to give them a headache or really cause some discomfort. So, where's the box? All right, here we go. We got 5 frames, right? First, we have the Warby Parker Roosevelt. All right, that's the Roosevelt. And when I first opened this one, I noticed a little bit of like residue from makeup or something on there. The frame itself actually seems to be pretty good. I mean, considering it's a double barrel hinge, it actually doesn't hold too well. This is the way that I received it. Right. This is the crane frame. Right. I don't know if you can see that crane. Can you see how dirty these lenses are? I don't know if you can see it in the camera. Well, there you go. That's actually pretty dirty. I would never hand a patient in my shop a set of lenses that are that dirty. The frames felt okay though. All right, so this one is the Nash. I actually found these to be the most comfortable. The color is actually pretty good. And maybe I also liked it because it was a clean one. Wasn't nearly as dirty as some of the other ones. See, there you go. Catch a little bit of it, but hey, they're not going to be perfectly clean. I'm just saying, the first one in particularly was just really bad. This is the Barnett, and I actually have it in 2 colors, all right? What do you think about that on the inside right there, huh? The frame itself is actually not bad, the way that it feels, you know? It's a pretty good frame. That's the Barnett. These will be going back. I'll do another video review later on down the line testing their prescription accuracy, but the quality of the frame was actually okay. So, you know, my opinion of Warby Parker is that they're actually really good. You know, as I was mentioning, I've dealt with frames that are $7, some that are, you know, $400 and over. You know, there's a lot of different things that go into the value of a frame. I will say that it feels like the plastics are actually pretty good. I've had some where you could just tell that they're really, really cheap. I'm not saying that these are high-end or anything, but I don't think that that's what they're trying to be either. They're just trying to be functional, you know, something that's going to be, you know, maybe trendy and everything. And I think that they've accomplished that. Let's say in the 5 frames that I ordered, you know, and, you know, given, yes, I am a professional, I know what I'm doing when I'm ordering frames, but nonetheless, I think that people would find it relatively easy navigating their website and selecting the frames that would be best for them. So, you know, I'm going to order a set with prescriptions. So I'm going to have a follow-up review specifically on the lens accuracy. When it comes to the quality of the frames, I have to say they're actually pretty good. If anyone from Warby Parker actually watches this video, I'd have to say that the one recommendation that I would say is maybe try to make sure that the frames get cleaned better before you send them out for another person to try them on. Kind of just takes away from the whole, yeah, you know, this is a personal experience for me. There are some people that won't even try on a frame if they see a fingerprint on the lenses, let alone noticeable signs of makeup being on the frame. It wasn't lotion because it wasn't greasy, it was noticeable makeup like foundation or something. You know, I'm a married man, I know what these kinds of things are supposed to look like, and once again, I've been in this business for some time. You know, the way that they present it to you is actually all right. Look, there's this little guy. I don't know if he's flying or if he's swimming in there, but he's swimming. He's swimming. But anyways, this is my unboxing of the Warby Parker 5 frames for 5 days. If you're really want to order things online, if you want to try them out, go for it. There are still benefits, of course, with working with an optician. Imagine it took me a week to get 5 frames. What if none of these frames would have worked out? I'd have to send them back. And I'm not too familiar with their policy if they would let me do another 5, or what if those don't work out? We have cases where people take, you know, days sometimes because they'll try on maybe 10 frames, 15, 20 frames on one day, they can't settle on anything, so they'll come back another day, or they'll request for a certain color to be ordered or a certain different size. So this could limit some people that really want more options presented to them all at once. But in my case, hey, I'm a simple guy. I don't think that I need a whole lot of options to make a decision. I could have easily have picked one of these and said, yeah, sure, I'll choose this blue one here, or the blue navy horn, what have you. This was the most comfortable. So in my opinion, I definitely give them a thumbs up. I think that considering these guys have no optical experience, they must have had a pretty good team helping them out, because they actually did a really good job putting this whole product together. Now, like I said, I haven't tried the lenses. I don't know how good the lenses are going to be, but we'll definitely do a comparison in the next couple of weeks. So I hope that this video has been helpful. I try to be as honest and unbiased as possible. But if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so, because I have a lot more videos like this coming up. I look forward to doing those videos, and I hope you look forward to watching them. But until then, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.